Better hurry, spark it up with no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy. Hyphy, get lit just like me. Big bossed up, chop it up with Riley. You better come with it and kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot. You are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Yo.
Hello. What's up, y'all?
What is up, everyone?
How's it going? Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another episode.
Yes, welcome
10
back
Talks.
to episode, or not back, but welcome to episode 110. That's a good number.
Yeah, that's a fire-ass
We're
number.
in the double digits of the next hundreds. Kind of. I don't know. But either way, yes, welcome to episode 110 of 10 Talks. And first off, is huge shout out to everyone that has tuned in live. Like always, we appreciate you guys so much. And also, shout out to everyone that watches this in the future as well. But
yes. Shut up, future people.
yes, but a little explanation to all the live viewers is usually we start this at 6 p.m. every Sunday, but today we had to start it at 7 p.m. And it is just because... Number one, okay, it's like I hate going on this whole excuse rant, you know, but basically I've said this before where like we do stuff throughout the whole week and we kind of let the house chores like fall on the back burner until Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday is always the days we clean up everything. Saturday, Riley was feeling sick the whole day, so Saturday was a recovery day for Riley. Because we'll get into that later, but and then goddamn, what I was gonna say, then today's Sunday, we had to do all of our freaking chores and shit, and then also, you know, Riley's been getting kind of annoyed by this, but I've been a little bit obsessed with trying to get
It's ridiculous.
the live view to work the past 2 to 3 days.
Like, it's nonstop. Like, it's so hard to contact these people, and it's like you have to like wait for emails from customer service representatives. This fool was literally refreshing like every 30 seconds, like looking at his computer on Saturday. I was like, dude, it's Saturday. They're not gonna email you right now.
But guess what they did?
Well, yeah, for hours later, but you just kept refreshing it every 30 seconds, even though Google already just automatically sends you the message. You don't even have to refresh it.
But you see, honestly, I can talk about my dedication to the streams and trying to get things working better and better, right? I could say it, but Riley's over here getting annoyed by my dedication.
Shut up! You like to make it sound bad. It's not that it's about your dedication. It's just like every 20 minutes, it's just like, oh my god, like I need to get this done. Like this needs to be figured out right now. Blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, it's gonna take a minute.
It's because I just have to say, it's like, you know, I'm just really excited. Like, I don't know, I'm really into techie geeky stuff, you know, and this is like another level of streaming, which like I'm really excited to get into this whole another level and niche market of streaming. But and also like I've wanted one of these things for so long, you know, so I'm just like kind of like a little kid who got his first Game Boy type shit. Like I'm just super excited, but also it's like this requires hella work to get this shit working. You know what I mean? Not just hella work, but hella research. And like Riley's just been seeing it secondhand, where I'm just like sitting here doing all types of shit all day, every day. And even now, I'm very impatient because I'm still waiting for more things to arrive so I can get that started. But either way, actually, we should just get into this whole live view conversation. Number one, I have to say huge shout out to Josh at No Jumper, who let me, basically I'm borrowing and using the No Jumper live view right now. A long time ago, No Jumper used to do live streams on Melrose in front of the store or whatever it is, and they used to use this whole setup, but they haven't used it ever since. And it's like I've waited for a long time thinking like, oh, like I want to see if they're going to use it again, and nothing's happened. I don't think there's any future in that thing being used. So I just asked them, I was like, hey, like, can I, you know, basically use it for now? If anything happens, you know, I'll replace it or whatever it is. And he said it's completely fine. So huge shout out to him for letting me use this thing for now. But I thought that was the hard part, was getting my hands on it. And no, it's not. Actually, these things, like when it comes to like expensive computer parts, there's like so much protocol behind like buying it and then transferring it over to another person. Like I can't just buy $1,000 live view and then just give it to Riley, and then she just uses it all willy-nilly. Like, she has to go to their website and then basically tell them Yuri sold me the live view and all this stuff. And like the record with this live view is so long gone in his, like, and it's so convoluted that there's no explanation I could give these people. And that's why I was like emailing them back and forth, is they thought I basically, well, not they didn't think, but I could sense the vibes that they were being very careful, like as if I stole this thing, you know what I mean? Like, and they're just asking for all this shit. But either way, it took so long to get this thing registered, but now that it's registered, I've heard this before, where I've talked to other people, and I've heard this thing before about IRL streaming when you're using a live view. I've heard it's expensive, and when I heard expensive, I always thought like, oh, like maybe $200-300 a month or something like that. No, guys, like I said, I'd really never like invested that deeply into it. But now that I have the thing and I'm trying to get this thing to work, I'm really like, trying to get this thing activated. And number one, huge shout out to Garrett Jenner and also Ice Poseidon. Both of them have been helping me out a ton, because with the whole live view thing, that market is so tiny, guys. Like, I've done so much, and I didn't hit them up like, doing zero research. I hit them up after doing hella research on my own, and all the videos I could find about this are like 3 years old, 4 years old, you know what I mean? Like, even the most recent video I could find about some shit like this is like a year old or some shit like that. Like, it's such a small market, not that many people make videos about it. And then also, there's so many variables that like the video that you find, he's doing something else than what you want to do. It's so hard to find someone who's experiencing this shit. So I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Garrett Jenner and Ice Poseidon for helping me with this shit, because it's so fucking confusing. But basically, to the money situation, is I've been kind of blown away with how expensive it is. It's basically, I could, for how much it costs to have a live view running, we could get like a Lexus or like a BMW. Mm-hmm. It's like, guys, I'm not even joking. It's basically $500 a month with
or a house.
Really? With $500 a month
to rent? Yeah, $500 extra a month.
Oh no, I'm just talking about 500 in total. That could get you like a Lexus, basically, or a BMW. But it can't get you a house. You can't get 500
extra.
I know, but we're talking about 400 or 500. Okay. What was I gonna say? Is with all the little things, like there's so many random shits that you have to like buy and become a subscriber of, and it literally comes out to like $500 a month. And I was like, holy shit, that is so expensive. I never really realized. Like, a lot of us, we use our phones and we watch YouTube videos, Netflix, and do use Instagram. But for a person who wants to like stream for a long time every day, like, I didn't really realize how expensive the data is. It's fucking insane. But regardless, guys, I'm hoping by this...
I've been hearing these tales, like, for the past 72 hours.
I'm hoping by this week, this upcoming week, I will have a running IRL setup, at least for 1 month, because that's all I was able to pay for.
Well, you need to just think of the bigger picture. Like, it's good to invest in yourself and, like, stop stressing so much about the money. Stop talking about how stressful the money is. Like, I know. You just need to it's already done, like, let it go. You're gonna get it back.
I know. Well, yeah, that's one thing I've always told myself, is about like the investing in yourself thing. It's like, it's one thing to be like, oh, this new gaming console came out, like, let me just buy this console just for fun. But this is the thing where there is no use case for this other than for streaming. You know what I mean? Like, that's the literally only use case. And I was lucky enough to get my hands on the actual unit for free. But these things cost, bro. It's so like, okay, I don't want to get into the prices, but this shit, the entry level thing for this is insane. And I'm like, and as I was going through it, I'm realizing, I'm like, this is why no one does it. It's so complicated. It's not like ridiculously complicated, but like the average Joe ain't gonna figure this out. Like, you really gotta go through like a week of, or 3 to 4 days of YouTube video watching to figure all this shit out. It's like complicated, it's expensive, and it's just like, I don't know, there's just so many things you got to do. Like, I really realize, I'm like, and also it gives me a higher level of respect to the people who do the IRL streams, like using live views or Teradeks or anything else like that. Like, sometimes I see those stream clips of people riding bikes, or just even the people who go to Disneyland, even just like stream the Disneyland stuff. Like, you think like, oh, they're just going there to stream. It's like, bro, that dude had to go through so much shit to get that stream to work. Like, now I have a higher level of respect for the streamers who do IRL content, because holy fuck. Yeah, I don't know, you can't just get into it randomly. It is too much shit. But either way, like I said, I'm hoping this upcoming week I will finally be able to use a live view. And I'm really excited. Like Riley was saying, is like the whole time, I'm thinking is like, yeah, it's just like investing in yourself. And then also there's so many ideas that I want to do that I'd like to do, but I'm just like limited by streaming off a fucking iPhone. You know what I mean? Like it's so trash, but this will definitely just open up the, my possibilities and doors of what I could potentially do. So many different things, even more covert things. You know what I mean? Like get a little camera and hide it under my shoulder, apply for a job. And just told them like, hey, I can't ever take off this backpack. It's religious purposes or something like that. I don't know. Just think of a bunch of random shit. I was telling Riley that I was on stream the other day and I saw this one streamer doing this thing where he went to a restaurant with a body pillow and the body pillow was his date, and it was just like here in LA where it's woke as fuck. If I walk into a restaurant and tell them a pillow is my girlfriend, like they can really not question me. They could probably I can even sue them for even questioning the fact that this pillow is not my girlfriend out here. So I feel like I want to try one of those streams as well.
You asked to take a picture of you guys.
But Riley said she's gonna get jealous.
Yeah, because you said you're gonna take her to a nice ass restaurant.
Yes, because I don't want to go
and I'm not gonna be able to be there.
You're acting like we're not gonna go. Yeah, why would
you get some fine dining and I'm just gonna be chilling at home eating ramen?
Why would you be there if I'm on a date with my body pillow? If we have a cameraman, it ruins the whole thing. Like the thing is like it's supposed to be just natural and casual, like as if I'm just a normal person walking in with my pillow girlfriend.
I love how you get all the fun things because of the stream.
What do you mean?
I'm never part of the fun shit.
You never want to do anything. What happened?
I do.
What happened to our members only stream this week?
I was hungover as fuck yesterday.
I know, and what happened? We've missed this members only stream 3 weeks in a row now. I've always tell you to do streams. You're always busy. You're acting like I do all this fun stuff and you just sit at home and I just don't invite you. This is one stream idea where you definitely can't
when
come.
I'm at work.
What am I supposed to do when you're at work?
I know, it just sucks.
You're like your perception of what's going. It's like, what are you complaining about?
I just have FOMO.
I know.
Okay.
Well, you don't have FOMO when I'm doing like the sleep. Why don't you join me when I'm sleeping in here for the 72
that's
hours?
what I'm saying. I'm always here with the fucking crazy, annoying streams.
No, that's fun.
I'm not here for the fun IRL streams.
I invite you all the time. Come with me to go get a to me to like go grab another. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say.
What?
I'm not gonna say. No.
What were you gonna say?
Really?
What were you gonna say?
I'm not gonna say it. I was going to say, come with me to go to Venice Beach to find another homeless person to go to the pier with.
No. Yeah, okay.
That's
what you were gonna
oh
say.
my god, what do you think I was gonna say?
Know.
You just like to get angry.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh yes, also the other thing is, guys, I posted on Instagram yesterday that I was going to go to the Ass Pizza pop-up today. That was at 3 p.m. On Fairfax, and we didn't know the address yesterday, but I really thought I was going to go today, but like I said, I was just so invested in trying to get this live view thing set up that, like, and also we had to clean up the whole house. And
no, he was just tripping about this live.
Basically, yeah. Well, also I had to clean up the whole house.
No, you cleaned one room.
I had to clean the room, and I did other things as well.
In
but
the hallway.
No, I did many other things as well. But
many.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go through my list of things I did today. But also, I was very preoccupied with trying to figure out this whole bro. There's so many questions, guys, that like I don't even want to go through. There's so many things I needed to learn about that I was like really going through the past couple of days, and today the whole day I was just busy with it. I went to AT&T, and bro, this is what's crazy. I went to AT&T, I sat down, and they're like, oh, what's your name? We're gonna put you in the queue. I was like, okay, and then I literally sat there for like 20 minutes and like nothing happened. And then huge shout out to Garrett Jenner, and I was like talking to him, and then after my conversation with Garrett, like while I was sitting in the lobby, I was like realizing I'm just wasting my time here. I was like, I should just go, fuck this. And then so shout out to him, because I would have fucking continued sitting there waiting for
having patience is good.
Not only would I have continued sitting there, but I would have paid for something that would have not worked.
Exactly.
Which I would have been so pissed about. I would have been so ass. Whatever, dude. God damn it. This shit's so annoying. Once it's figured out.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Well, honestly, speaking of which, I had someone, a couple people were telling me, like, when's the next ICE interview, right? And after talking to ICE today, after he was helping me out with the live view shit, there's a lot of stuff like interesting shit that happened like behind the scenes, like with the streaming having to do with Japan, like his future stream ideas. So I feel like a second interview would probably be a good idea if he was down. So I feel like I want to hit him up because I feel like more of the technical aspects are like more interesting to me. But I don't know, it was interesting shit. I was like, wow, I can't believe that. And I don't want to spill the beans now. I'd rather have him say it on a podcast. Either way, that's about it for the whole live view streaming shit conversation. I'm praying I get the things.
You're gonna get it. Jesus criminy.
I checked where it's shipping from too. It's shipping from California, so.
Oh, thank God.
I was so worried it was gonna ship from
Yuri's about to pull up to the warehouse.
If I can.
If I can.
I saw that. I was worried that it was gonna ship from like Taiwan or China or something like that. I was gonna be like, bro, it's gonna take a month to get here.
Anywho'sville.
Wait, also, huge shout out again to Garrett Jenner because this dude offered me to literally borrow his whole
really
live
cool.
streaming live view setup. And guys, I just went through this whole 20-minute rant over how complicated and expensive these things are to set up, and I was asking for this help on like how to set mine up, and he's like, bro, like, you could borrow mine if you want, like, to test run it for a day or something like that. So huge shout out to him for that, because that's a huge offer, you know what I mean, that I feel too nervous to even take. I don't want to. I'm already borrowing one live view. I don't want to borrow two. But all right, so that was it for all that conversation right there. Did you have any topics written down?
Yeah, I do. But let's just naturally get into it. No. We're about to pull something up.
Let's just naturally get into it. No, I was just looking at what we have right here listed.
Talk about it.
Oh my
God.
Well, this is more of a question to you, I guess, babe.
Okay.
Utah becomes the first state to ban anyone under the age of 18 from using social media without parents' consent.
This used to be a thing, or I think it was like under 16.
Yeah, right?
You couldn't like get a MySpace or whatever, but you could you just lie.
Exactly.
It's fine. So I don't think it's going to really change anything.
That's true. Honestly, you're right. It probably won't change anything because, kids just... I lied about, my information to start my Facebook and MySpace.
Yeah,
definitely. And, people will do that in the future. But also, I like this shit of, without parents' consent. Because, honestly, just on legal terms, this gives the fucking whole thing of, like, kids going, Instagram's making me so depressed. Oh, Twitter's making me so depressed. And people are like... Get off Instagram, get off Twitter then. You know what I mean? Like, oh, why are you complaining about depression from Instagram and you're 16 and you're in Utah and your parents told you not to go, or you didn't get your parents' consent? You know what I mean? It's like, this is like good legal background for all these actual social media companies. Like, bruh, parents need to be fucking parents and actually like take some responsibility. And like, bro, it's hard work. And like, I'm not even, I'm not a parent at all. So it's like, let you tell it type shit. But it's like, I would just expect that if you have a kid, you have to put in the extra effort to make sure to know what they're doing on the online. But shit, my parents did not do that for me at all.
I mean, I guess kind of. Once I was in high school and my dad was a teacher there, like that's when my social media like was kind of getting more looked at.
Like they would look at your DMs,
or they would just they wouldn't look at my DMs. They would just they would see what I'd post and just shit online.
Dude, what's crazy is I was using...
It got more like that as I got older, but when I first post... Well, I'll change my answer because my mom didn't know shit really because she has no social media, but my dad had social media, so...
okay.
He was like...
Snooping and she wasn't.
Oh, for sure. And teachers would tell.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You see, when I was... Maybe it's because I'm older than you, just a little bit, but when I was in school, my parents didn't know about social medias until like 2010, 2011. And then like I feel like I started using, but they literally, even now to this day, like I know now because my parents are like, how do you like they know that this is how I support myself, is like basically be an online creator. Now they're more interested in seeing what I do online, but my whole life as a kid they never gave a crap at all, about what I was posting the most cringiest fucking depressing MySpace posts ever, like can't live another day without you, like just fucking just
God.
cringy shit like that. And like I remember
oh my God,
I think it was like
I was like this for a rate.
Do you remember the thing where it was like to get rated?
Yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah.
like
yeah.
this to get rate.
But there was like different versions of it too, where it was like, I don't know, like this if you're my crush or something. Like there was like stupid cringy
There'd be
ones.
some weird ass ones.
Dude, I remember it was like 2010 and 2011 when I was like in 10th or 11th grade. The last time I was able to log into my old MySpace account, I just logged in for curiosity, and I was cringing so bad at my old posts.
I do not want to see my MySpace.
You know what's even like worse is like well, you can't anymore, but I was looking at my old MySpace posts, and I was looking at some of the likes because you could still see the likes, and some of the people liking it were people that I was still friends with as an older person, and I was like, dude, they know about these fucking cringy ass depressing.
Everybody was cringe though.
Oh, dude, it was so bad. I would really be using that emo phase shit.
There's actually this girl who I went to high school with, and she was hella cool. Like, I loved her. She was like a grade above me and stuff. And I always thought she was like the coolest chick ever. And she'll be posting on Instagram sometimes, like, you know, like Facebook, I guess, will like do like a throwback of like your old post or whatever, kind of like how Instagram does. And she'll like screenshot it and post it on Instagram, like, dude, like, this is funny as fuck. Like, all her old like statuses, like, just hella cringy. Like,
dude,
I see the sun in you, like, with a heart, like some weird ass shit.
That's what's so scary.
And it's like that. I could not even see that coming out of her mouth.
I know, dude. That's what's like. I forgot why. I was thinking about this the other day, but that's what's so scary about having kids is like, as a kid, you're just no deep thoughts at all. You know what I mean? You're just like fun, whatever, fun, food, fun. And then at one point, it like hits people at different ages. Deep thoughts just hit you out of nowhere, and you're just like, oh man, fucking, we're just destroying this world, man. It's just fucking, no one even loves each other no more. It's like everyone just becomes this crazy hippie Democrat as soon as the first deep thoughts hit. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of funny. And then you see those cringy posts come out of it of just like, oh god, fucking, the world's shit. My parents don't even understand me. I was born in the wrong era.
I was born in the wrong generation.
Yeah, generation.
I wish I was born in the 50s.
Yeah, stuff like that. But either way, I didn't really think about that. You're right. The kids could just lie about their age in the social media accounts. But then also, how's Instagram know you're in Utah? Oh, maybe just through GPS.
State? Don't you have to put your state?
I don't know.
Well, I guess you can lie about that too.
I made my IG in 2015 for the one I use now. The other one I made in 2011 or 2012 when it just came out.
I've had my same one since 2011.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have my I have this old IG account that's privated now, but that one's like from, I need to check. It tells you it's like from 2011, 2012, but this one I've been using since 2015. At one point, I was like, it's so funny because this Instagram that I'm using now called Harmonious Yuri, at first it was called something else, and it was supposed to be a skateboarding account. It's supposed to be focused just on skateboarding, and then it's just random shit now.
Speaking of social media, Selena Gomez, the drama continues, or the drama kind of ends. She's trying to put a stop to it.
I saw this.
She posted on her Instagram saying that Hailey Bieber pretty much hit her up, saying she was getting like crazy messages and death threats, and she just wants the drama to end. And then Hailey Bieber also posted like, thank you to Selena for like posting this shit, and she's like, you don't understand like how this affects people, blah blah blah. So I mean, if they're cool, I feel like everybody else should just be
honestly
chilling
it's like
now.
That's what's weird about the situation. Well, okay, with that whole thing, I feel like they did that because of sponsors.
Sponsors?
Yes. Well, because it's like, because as a big person or a celebrity, you can't have any controversial thoughts, you can't have any controversial opinions, you can't have anything that's bad on your record. And like, this whole thing just probably just makes them both look so crazy that even though she probably doesn't even agree with it, she's probably like, rather just to throw this out there just to be like, hey, I apologize and I told him to stop, sorry, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. But also, I was thinking about this as well, where with all the evidence, you know, at least I've been seeing with the whole Selena and Hailey Bieber situation, there's hella weird shit that makes Hailey Bieber seem, you know, psychotic and crazy and like a stalker and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, they are still married. You know what I mean? Like, the same thing that we're all doing basically to them is the same thing that people do to us, which is just like,
Judge.
oh, Riley, you could tell Riley in this scene hates Yuri and can't wait to leave him and blah blah blah, all that stuff. And it's just like the same thing that people do to us is what we're doing to them, which is like, they're still married at the end of the day. They still sleep with each other and see each other all day every day, and they've known each other since kids. So
I think it's just fun for us to talk about it because they're so big. They're so much bigger than anything else. Like, he's like one of the biggest fucking celebrities ever. So it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like everybody just like feels like they have this right to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, everybody is like a person. And I mean, I don't get as much shit as she does, but when I get my little periods of getting shit towards me, like, that shit is crazy. Like, it's just crazy what people can say. So I can only imagine what her inbox looks like.
But also, yeah, just to go along with that thought, like, look at the, you know, the No Jumper news streams, which, like, I'm going to be on tomorrow at noon. We're sitting there talking about current news, you know what I mean? Like, and we talked about the Hailey Bieber, you know, Selena situation a little bit. They talked about, like, 2 different news streams, and it's like, why? No one really there is a big fan of any of those people. We probably don't know even too much about them, but we're talking about it because, guess what? That clip of Selena Gomez said what? Mm-hmm. It's like there's still going to be a percentage of people who did not hear about it, see it, and watch it regardless. It's like people just, you know, do it for the clicks and the views at the end of the day regardless. So unfortunately they're at the butt end of it. But I have, like, I don't know, it's funny. I still send Riley sometimes, like, some, like, montages I get of, like, Hailey Bieber, Justin Hailey Bieber, like, compilations of him being an asshole to her.
Yeah, I know.
And I was thinking, like, dude, what if someone made a compilation of me to you, like, of you, like, giving me a cup? I'm like, thanks, whatever.
Yeah, you could really make it, like, I mean,
exactly.
Some of the shit is crazy that he'd be doing. But it has been seen. Remember, like, that clip of him? I forgot where it was. Like, I think it was at a fight or something where he performed or something, I think. And, like, after he was, like, going off on her.
No, I didn't.
And, like,
see
they
that.
were just, like, walking by, but, like, fans, like, caught him. Like, he, like, it looked like he was going off on her, but she came out saying, like, he wasn't even, like, yelling at me. Like, he was hyped up or something.
Oh, wow. And it's also probably loud there or some shit.
It's so easy to take things out of context, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. Well, next we have Philadelphia. It wants to pay pregnant women $1,000 each month. So Philadelphia Department of Public Health announced Monday that the city program aims to provide pregnant residents with $1,000 monthly cash payments with the goal of improving birth outcomes. And honestly, I think that's a good thing.
I think that's cool.
The whole idea of helping, you know, homeless people and all that stuff, like that shit's just been taking so much, it's been taken advantage of so much. The systems have been convoluted and fucked up so much at this point that, you know, I feel like it's just being taken advantage of. But with the whole idea of helping pregnant women, I'm like, okay, I feel if I went to a checkout thing and they're like, oh yeah, 50 cents back, would you like to donate towards pregnant women or homelessness? I'd be like, pregnant women, sorry. So I feel like this makes way more sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. It's gonna, I don't know. I mean, having a fucking kid is so expensive, and there's just so many little
Especially
things
nowadays,
that you don't even think about that you need, like
people always say the diapers, you know what I mean? But all that stuff.
Hospital visits too. Like, if you don't have healthcare and stuff, like, that's gonna help.
Kids
so many
always,
women.
you always want to take your kid. You know, every parent probably. We've all seen it. At least I've seen it around my close circle. People who have kids, especially for the first time. Their kid gets one little cough, they're like, we're taking to to the doctor. Like, everyone's so nervous about kids that they always have hella hospital visits, and that shit gets expensive. But then also, it's like, I remember,
the preparation for it too is expensive, you know.
Oh yeah,
all those visits.
Not I remember, but my parents told me that when we first came to America from Russia, that for like 2 or 3 years, my sisters and my parents couldn't qualify for food stamps or like government services or like, you know, money basically, like to help poor people or whatever it is. And because I was a baby, like, I immediately applied, and my parents told me that for like 2-3 years the whole family was being fed off like my baby's EBT money or whatever it is. I was like, damn, I didn't know that. And they said that it was even like they gave you some money, but then also they told you to go to this spot where they gave you milk, eggs, you know what I mean, like all this random shit. And they literally told me that they were surviving for 2 years off my baby's shit. And I was like, you know, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Your family really had to just start from nothing, really, though.
But there's hella families where, you know, like, people have kids and like they, you know, shit's just hella more expensive, and then damn near 90% of America can't afford a, you know, random $500 bill. So imagine having a kid, 2, 3, all that shit. So yeah, stuff like this, Philadelphia trying to pay pregnant women at $1,000 each month, that's definitely cool. How much it could help? It could at least cover the, you know, some of the bills of the expenses of the kid.
Good quality, nutritious.
But also,
foods
this says pregnant women, so this is
leading up. So to prepare for the child.
That makes sense as well, because pregnant women can't work, right? Or you shouldn't be working or anything like that, you know. But yeah, it's crazy because it's like,
I mean, you do get maternity. I believe you get maternity leave, like no matter where you're working. But I don't know if every job provides like pay throughout that. Like, I don't think stylists, like hairstylists, get paid throughout their whole time they're not working at the salon, you know?
That's true, because it's all commission based, where you can just take money from everyone else working.
Exactly.
That's true. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird, because Riley and I were just watching this video for Harold Balder. He was in, where is he?
Nepal?
I forgot where he went, but he was in like
Sri Lanka.
He was like in some area where it was like very rural. Everyone's like, you know, like it was like a farm life type vibe, and he like kept coming across these ladies working, and they had like their babies like strapped to their back and shit like that. And he's just like, you know, that's just how it is out here. And I was just thinking like, damn, like it's kind of true. Or, like, I don't know, like I guess, you know, in Russia, even in my village is pretty rural, you know, but it's not that rural. But I feel like babies are being taken care of by a relative. You're not going to work with your baby.
Yeah,
you know, that's kind of crazy.
I'm telling you, in the streets of Mexico, kids are just walking up to you, like selling you gum and shit, like all day, like little ass babies, like 3 years old, like your niece.
How do they prevent like
It's crazy because their moms are like right there watching them, but they like send their kid out to like go talk to you.
That's what I was gonna say. Like if there's like a 5-year-old kid selling candy and there's like a 9-year-old kid selling candy, how come how do they stop the 9-year-old kid just going like, fuck you, give me your money, you know, even like just pushing the 5-year-old over? I don't know.
But even in that video too, where he was like walking to this other part of the mountain or something, it took him 6 hours, and on the way he saw like 2 people carrying like water and different things, but it looked like heavy as fuck. Like they were like like wearing it almost as a headband. And, carrying with them. And I'm like,
that a lot.
Damn, I wonder how far they have to walk with all that stuff.
No,
like,
facts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it makes you grateful
that's the
for
shit
plumbing.
Yeah, you take advantage of.
And that's why it's also interesting, you know, I've talked about this with Riley, where I feel like in America there's this like whole people are glorifying this like live off the land, you know what I mean, like be more natural. It's like let's just, you know, have these like small little communities of people that live and like share amongst another, and we all are farmers and all that stuff, and like, and people are acting like as if this is like some new profound thought that's like, you know, futuristic. It's like, bro, this is happening all over the world right now in small little rural communities. Go over there, you're not gonna like it after a month or two, you know what I mean? Like even I've had this conversation with my parents, you know what I mean, like because my parents, they how like I don't know how like what the word is right now, but like you know, they do feel sentimental about Russia, but then also like it's like where they're from, you know what I mean? It's like our villages, even though like our village doesn't have like, you know, plumbing or toilets, or like it's all outhouses and all that shit, it's like they still look at it like, you know,
it's the home.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like homey and like in a positive light, you know what I mean? But still, I've asked my parents, like, would you, if you had the money, if you're a millionaire, would you just go live there? And both my parents are like, fuck no. You know what I mean? Like it's like they love it. That's where they're from, and they, you know, would love to visit, but they're like, dude, I don't want to go back to waking up at 1 a.m. and you have to pee
freezing as fuck.
And guess what, you know what I mean, like, yeah, it might be snowing, or let's just say it's not snowing, it's still 1 a.m, you have to pee, you have to go out, put your clothes on, go outside, put your boots on, walk like, you know, like 2-3 yards away or whatever, go to the outhouse, take a piss, and then you could come back inside. It's just like there's those little things, and like imagine being a woman on your period, or like you have to go change your thing. It's like, bruh, all this stuff. And yeah, like I've asked my parents, like they love it, but they're like, bro, I would not go back to that shit. And that's why it's so funny when I see people in the big cities, they're just like, oh, I want to go back. Oh no, not go back, but I want to live this more natural lifestyle. It's like, yeah, go ahead, it's out there. You're not gonna like it after a while. You know, it's like you have to be grateful for what we have out here, which is warm water on command. You could just take a warm shower whenever you want, you know, relatively clean water, has like lead in it and shit.
Cars.
Yeah, exactly. Cars could
accessible
commute. And that's the other thing too. I forgot where what video this is, but I was watching this video. It was like this like documentary, and he was like also in like some country, like third world country, in like some rural area, and he was like asking them like, how would you want your, you know, what do you want for the future of your village? How would you like it to be? And literally everyone was like, I want it to look like New York City. I want to have big buildings, you know, flashy lights, you know, cars driving by. Like they all were basically saying like wanted more of a a
City
city
life.
vibe, and it's like it's kind of funny. Like they kind of people who live that type of lifestyle look at us thinking like, oh, it's so cool to live in the city, and people who live in the city are like, oh, it's so cancerous and fucking deadly to live here. I want to go back to how it used to be. It's kind of funny. It's always greener on the other side. Type
Yep,
shit.
we all want what we can't have.
Mm-hmm. All right, what do we have next?
What the fuck is that? That is sick.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Ew.
put this away. I want to show the chat what we're looking at. So, the Shiggy Show posted this photo on his
Who's
story.
that?
He's the dude who made Kiki, do you love me? Like the dance, I guess, or whatever. He like went viral in that whole song.
I was about to
went
say
viral.
that's Drake.
No, yeah, but he did the whole dance to
Okay.
it that went viral. But so he posted this photo and it says, "If your bathwater don't look like this after a bath, don't talk to me."
That looks disgusting.
And from here, you guys can see it looks very yellowish. But if you really zoom in, there's like sediment. There's like like sand. There's
Yeah.
like stuff on the corners of the bathtub. And I kind of relate with this, not because I know the people are going to say like, oh, this is how Yuri's bathwater looks. I kind of relate with this not because that's how my bathwater looks now. Oh my God. I don't know why this always happens. Sorry about this, guys. But huge shout out to Patrons. But back in the day when I used to skate like 6 to 8 hours a day every day, I would come home and I would usually shower. But if I came home and I took a bath, that's literally how my bathwater would look like.
That's why you shower first and then you soak.
I realized that later. I stopped. I used to. Okay, I've done it a couple times. I realized that mistake real quick of like, skating all day, get super filthy. Like, when you fall on black concrete and black cement, like it just rubs off on you. Like it becomes this like, you get all filthy and dirty and shit like that. But the bathwater does turn like that. And I realized that after a while, I was like, it's better to shower first and then take a bath. But then who wants to shower then bath? It's like if I'm gonna me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I relate with this photo because I've definitely had these days, but not in a long time. Not ever since I stopped, skating so often and so much.
That is crazy, dude.
You didn't see this?
No.
It's
Oh, no,
good.
I did see it, but that is just gross.
You didn't know what it was?
My girl.
You want to talk about this?
I saw this. I was gonna put it, but I was just like, I mean, what are we gonna say?
So apparently, Janae,
crazy.
Riley's queen.
My queen. She looks so beautiful.
I always say Riley's queen, but this time this is actually Riley's queen. Janae Aiko's white Range Rover was stolen from the valet while eating at a restaurant in Los Angeles.
That's actually crazy. How?
And here's the thing.
Was it the valet driver, or did somebody steal the keys?
That reaction of that's actually crazy. That reaction has happened 4,000 times in the past 2 to 3 years because of like what's going on in LA right now. It's basically, guys, like people compare it to what's that movie, The Purge? Like it's so close to being like that. You know what I mean? Like it's like, guys, we're like on the like I feel like a fucking a looting riot could just happen any day again. You know what I mean? It already happened like 3-4. It's already happened so many times on smaller scales, on bigger scales. But it really just feels like, yeah, like anything could happen in any area. And at this point, you have to be like hyper aware of your surroundings. And I know that in Los Angeles, we have these types of people out here who are just like, have their Starbucks in one hand, have their fucking iPhone on Instagram, and they're just like walking to the car, just like, they're not even paying attention to anything. You know what I mean? They're just like on their phone. They wait, get to their white Range Rover, and they just hop in. It's like they don't have to pay attention to nothing. It's like you can't be that type of like person. You can't be like Sloan, you know what I mean, like who like moves in from another state, comes to LA, and he like thinks like, oh, I could just be like all willy-nilly. No, like you have to be very aware of your surroundings. You know what I mean? Like you have to make very smart decisions. How far am I parking away from the spot? What exactly am I walking past? Do you know what I mean? Like it's like you have to think about all this shit.
But this is from the valet.
Well, here's the thing with
that's crazy though.
The thing with the valet is like it always depends on how the valet works. I can think of one valet parking lot in particular. It's very easy to steal a car. They literally have the keys in this one area that's hanging open with nothing covering it, and then there's only like one or two, usually two, but sometimes there's one valet driver, and if he's busy, you can literally just like take the Mercedes key and just like it's so easy. Like there's one parking lot I know in particular that's easy to do. I don't know where she was, but I don't know.
She has a new baby. How dare you?
But I'm not saying she should be more careful because she's probably eating.
She was just eating.
Yeah, she
trusted the valet.
Exactly. She's probably eating, just minding her own business.
They're probably
couldn't
like,
do nothing about
Janae's car.
But I'm just saying that, like, in the fact that LA is just crazy, you can't just go
it's
to
fucked
a
up.
nice area and think like, oh, this won't happen here. It's like, no, this is where everything is happening, everywhere, all the time.
How dare you?
I know, and she's pregnant.
No, she had her baby.
Oh, okay.
But I wonder if the baby was with at the restaurant, and then they didn't have a car to
Oh
drive
my
home
god. I know, because you need a car
in.
seat.
Asshole.
How do you take an Uber in like if they don't have a baby car seat in an emergency like that?
I know.
If you get pulled over, you have to tell the cop like, dude, we just got a car stolen, blah blah, all this shit.
That sucks. I'm sure they got it already.
Speaking of getting pulled over, we shouldn't be getting pulled over anymore because I officially
Don't say that.
This
Why
is-
would you say that?
I just want to throw a little light flex out there. I changed Riley's headlights and taillights.
Yes. I was very impressed.
Were you?
Although I had to get the headlight out myself.
Oh my god. Okay,
'Cause it
I
was-
loosened it and then you
Mhm.
just came and just took it out. But I have to say that, like, after the last, if you guys remember, after my last whole mechanic thing that I had to go through with my car, of how I tried to fix my car and I made it worse and all this shit, I've been very nervous about getting back into trying to do things myself. But Riley's, tail light went out, her headlight went out, and I was talking to Toke, about getting this thing replaced, and Toke was like, bro, like, he's like, you're gonna spend like $200-300 at a spot when he's like, you can get these light bulbs for like $5-6 and just replace it yourself. He's telling me, he's like, bro, trust me, like, it's easy, you could do it. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll take his advice, I'll do it. We looked up some YouTube videos and it was hella simple, but there was a point where I had to take her whole headlight out and I could not get it out. And guys, I was there for like 10 minutes, like bending it, trying to do all this shit, and I was like, babe, I can't get this shit out. And then Riley just comes over and she's just like, and then she just takes it out like all easily.
Yeah.
I was like, but
You have to maneuver it.
I feel
correctly.
like after I had just last touched it, I moved into the right position. That just needed one last lift.
No way.
Cause you don't understand how hard I was pulling on it, and it did not come out. And then you just come over
Because
like,
you had a zoop.
I know, that's what I did.
You weren't.
Oh my god, I swear that's what I was doing.
You weren't.
Uh,
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Speaking of pregnancy, actually, what is going on? Because you're more tapped in than I am. What's going on with Krishan? Because people were saying that she tweeted a little dove emoji after the Blueface, and her linked up after Blueface told her. Because remember, they got into that whole argument. He was saying, get an abortion, right? And then it seems like they're on good terms now.
I think she always uses that emoji.
And in the
though.
middle of that thing, she posted that little dove emoji. People were saying like, oh, is this her saying that she got an abortion?
I don't think she was ever pregnant to begin with.
She showed her belly. You think she just pushed
Yes,
it out?
Duh.
Oh, she scammed us?
Dude,
She just pushed her belly
I
out?
really think she was never pregnant to begin with. Me and Gina
What a
have been
scammer.
talking about it, or we were talking about it, and I was just like, it's weird that she's never like posted like an image of the baby. Like, she's like that type of person that would like talk about it all the time, I feel like.
But you
Like,
don't get an
every update and
ultrasound
stuff.
until like way later.
No, babe, it's already been like a month, like 2 months.
So you can get ultrasound in month,
yes.
2 months then? Okay.
It's already been like 2.5 months.
But that thing I'm talking about happened like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So
She's already been caught smoking multiple times.
that's what I was
And
also
drinking.
thinking. That's what I was thinking too.
It's
I was like,
just like,
I was like,
dude.
I feel like we've already seen that she was caught drinking. I feel like the and also I feel like we already seen the smoking thing, but
I'll
this,
believe it when there's a baby.
so this video is interesting.
She's really hitting the blunt.
But you see, when I see this video, like when I see these types of videos, I'm like, I don't know when this was even filmed.
Or it could be the person. Is there a person in the main seat who's hitting the blunt and she's not?
No, there's a look. You saw that? It was her
Yeah.
blowing the smoke out. But also, like I said, we don't know when this video is from. I need I need context.
Because it
And
kind of looks like it was somebody else.
I need more context right here, saying like this person's Instagram right here posted this on this
Yeah,
date.
uh-huh.
You know what I mean, on their story, and I'd be like, oh, they posted it 2 days ago. Wow.
That also could be
like,
a thing.
but when I see this, I'm like, bro, I don't know how old this is. And then also
I don't know. I don't know if she's pregnant or not. I'm not saying she's not. But when she first announced that she was pregnant, Jean and I were talking about it, and I was just like, I don't think she's pregnant. I don't believe it.
You know what I have to say though, as well, as when I was growing up, learning about pregnancy and all this shit, right? You just think from kids, from movies and kid stories, all that stuff, that like everything's just so perfect. You know what I mean? Like a woman won't do such a thing. She wouldn't smoke or drink during her pregnancy, and kids, have an ideal upbringing, and they have good food and all this, and their parents' relationship isn't talk. It's like, bruh, the one thing I realize is like almost every situation is like somehow weird or crazy. I feel like to think that all of our, like, I'm almost 100% sure that if you go back like four generations ago, like all of our parents were probably drinking and smoking through their pregnancy. You know what I mean? Like, and they were just like, no, not a big deal and all that stuff. And I'm not saying you should do it. I think it's bad, but I feel like it's damn near almost normal.
We'll see.
And then also I did see, like I've talked about this before, where I did see a surprising article about how she's smoking a backwood there, but I've seen a surprising article about how this study has been done, apparently, how weed smoke has no effect on a baby during its pregnancy, apparently, if a woman's smoking weed.
Not for
but
me.
I feel like just smoking regardless is bad, because it like heightens your blood pressure, you're inhaling carcinogens, all this shit, like, I don't know, it's probably just not good for you regardless. But this piece of news right here is pretty interesting to me, where I remember getting into Pokemon, the series. I remember getting into Pokemon, like, 2001, 2000, like, I don't know, as long as I was a kid, Pokemon existed, basically. It feels like, it came out, the cards, was it the cards? Yeah, right, the cards came out like in the 90s, so it's like, yeah, basically, and I was born 94, so like it's been around since I was since I was a kid. And the series started in 1997. There you go. So I was already fucking like an infant when it was already going. So I was growing up with it. It's crazy to see that it's already ended. 26 years passed. And honestly, the one thought that I had when I saw this was, I'm not sure why they ended it, but I'm kind of glad at this point, because I've noticed this whole trend of like, we have these kids movies or kid shows, not even kids, but like these things you see when you're younger, and it's like such a big cultural thing at that moment, and it's so big that like it continues living, right? They keep making episodes, they keep making movies, and it has to change with the times. And then all of a sudden they like ruin it with this, look at fucking what's that ghost movie?
Casper?
No, Ghostbusters.
Oh.
I never even watched the second one. I never even watched the first one, but I'm just going based off what people are talking about, like fans of the first one. They're like, bro, they completely ruined the second movie with this like woke woman is smart, man is dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like, it just,
okay. Yuriy Tate.
Okay, but it's like we get the trope, but it's like you're doing too much at a certain point, and it ruins. It's like now you're just using this iconic movie just to push this little agenda of yours. It's just like, fuck the agenda. What about the movie? You know what I mean? Like, now they don't care about the movie. It's more about the agenda now. So with things like this end, I'm like, okay, at least it's not gonna have to deal with the fucking what happens in 2030. Thank God. Who knows what the fuck is gonna happen then?
Oh my God. Speaking of shows we liked when we were kids, I loved the Amanda Show. And she went crazy a couple years ago. And then I thought she was chilling for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I guess it's like she's starting to come public more. And she went very public the other day. And it was honestly so sad. Like, I saw like a little clip of her. Like, some girl was like, found her like walking on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And
she was filming her.
She was filming her. The girl seemed like nice, like not trying to be like harmful or like rude or weird.
Yeah.
But Amanda was just like, hey, like it didn't seem like her at all. It was so crazy. And then I also saw another like video of her like in a car with like guys. Did you see that?
No.
I watched Sloan posted like a whole video about it, and she went into like a car with like 3 random guys.
Oh no.
That same night.
Oh no, jeez.
But she still had her clothes.
How does he know they're random guys?
I mean,
jeez.
Because they posted her on TikTok, and they're like, we just met Amanda, blah blah blah.
Oh my God, bruh. You see, when I see that, my first thought is like, she has this like open history of like drug abuse, right? And like I've noticed this thing where when people abuse drugs, you know, like to a crazy extent, it permanently alters their brain. You know what I mean? Like where you talk to people, you know, who's 50 years old after a whole lifetime of abusing hard drugs, and you talk to them when they're like, they're not gonna be the same person. You know what I mean? Like, and they deal with like certain mental issues that like pop up. You know what I mean? Like anxieties and, you know, hallucinations that happen when you're not tripping. And she even, what's sad about that story is like she was found like walking Hollywood Boulevard naked, but she came up to a lady and she said, in the report said like she told the lady like, I'm having a psychotic breakdown, call the police for me. So that's so sad that like you have this moment of clarity and you're like, what am I, oh my god, like, and you have to just tell someone like, dude, get me to the mental hospital. Like I'm losing it right now. That's scary right there. That you have these moments of clarity and you realize like, oh, I'm tripping right now, I need help.
Thought she was like in a conservatorship, like somebody was like looking after her or something. So I was just like, why is she like just walking around by herself?
Is she in a conservatorship?
I'm pretty sure she was, or maybe she just got out of one.
Oh shit.
But she was in one. I don't know, but I was just like, that's so crazy. She's just walking around by herself at night.
When did she get that heart tattoo on her face?
I don't know,
dude.
Because I remember like when all that stuff started getting crazy about her coming out, but then I remember like people saying like she was getting better and stuff. And nobody really heard about her for a while. Yeah. And then all of a sudden this news broke out, and I was just like, it was so weird.
That's what's crazy about the whole drug thing too, is like I've seen Steve-O say how, like, you know, Steve-O had this whole drug abuse problem. He said that he said that in his opinion, he thinks that people do not get better until they hit rock bottom. He's like, when you're at this place when, you know, you're still getting, you know, some money coming in every month and you're still able to pay your bills, like you're still going to continue using. There's nothing going to stop you from using if you're still, you know, able to keep things a little bit under control. But once things have completely fallen apart and like you really like are stuck with no options at rock bottom, that's when you really make that decision. He said that he knows that trend of like with people he's worked with, because he's like helped a lot of people, that you have to hit rock bottom in order to fix yourself. But imagine you're a celebrity, you know what I mean? Rock bottom basically means losing everything, all your wealth, being, you know, like Steve-O is also like, you know, doing not that but similar shit, just on the streets, fucked up, doing drugs, you know, like throwing up in random apartments and all that stuff. It's like you really gotta, that's what sucks about, for, you know, for a normal person, I guess. It's like, you know, we're all technically almost broke, you know, any day now, but for a celebrity, it's like they have to lose all their wealth and all that shit, and then they could get better potentially from this Steve-O theory. How old is she too?
She has to be like 30 something, like 30.
Maybe 30. early 30s. Like
32?
Yeah, it has to be like 31, 32. Because I remember the Amanda Show. I never watched it, but I remember like girls talking about it in elementary school.
It was the best.
And I remember I told you the story about when I was in elementary school, I had this friend, like this homie, I forgot his name. I had this homie I was hanging out with, and there was this girl that we went to school with, and she fucking threw a bee in my homie's hair. And my homie just,
he told me about
and he got like hella pissed about it, and I was with him too when this happened, and I was just like, we were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you throw a bee in his hair? And she's like, sorry, it's from the Amanda Show. And we were like, what the fuck is the Amanda Show? I'm like, what kind of excuse is that? I'm like, no, you can't just say it's from the Amanda Show and just laugh about it.
It honestly was hella funny.
What, the bee thing?
No, I don't even remember that skit, but the show was just so funny.
Just random stupid shit.
It was probably weird now that I'm thinking about it.
What's his name a part of it?
Yep, he was.
The Footman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
He was the creator. And there was definitely a foot skit where like a man, like it was like almost like a soap opera. The skit was like a soap opera, and like the dad, he has like a missing toe, and every time he tries to stand up, like he falls over because he has like shitty balance. But it was definitely like foot shit.
Oh my god.
And a missing toe.
Jeez.
Moody's Point.
What's his name? Schneider.
Dan.
Ryan. Okay. So this topic right here is kind of interesting. I wonder. Okay, so basically, guys, Porsche CEO is facing backlash for leaving his wife, who has dementia, for his new supermodel girlfriend. So,
That's so sad.
let me show you guys a photo of them. So this is a photo of his previous wife. You could tell that, he looks like Joe Biden. He's probably like,
does.
80, 90 years old. She's probably, close in age to him. And who knows how long they've been married for.
Definitely giving Biden.
Oh, there you go. 79 and 74. Sorry to overage them. But so 79, 74. Who knows how long they were married for. But it looks like, yeah, he has left her for a younger woman. And...
Okay. That's hella sad.
And not only that,
it's
but
just sad because she has dementia.
exactly,
Like,
that's
fucked up.
That's the depressing cherry on top, is that she has dementia on top
what
of
a
it.
piece of shit.
And here's the thing is, like, bruh, Porsche, like, I could see, like, maybe Porsche's not really entering the fucking politic ad campaign like other companies are, but so many companies enter this, like, virtue signaling ad campaign nowadays where they're like, we care about these people, we care about these people, we care about the environment, we care about this, we care about that. But then you look at what the CEO is doing, and then you look at, like, what their actual, decisions behind, like, you realize everyone's a person at the end of the day. Everyone makes bad decisions, and everyone falls victim to their, lusts and, like, all these random things that, like, what could be considered sin. Like, everyone just goes through normal human shit. But it's like, it's just so funny how, like, you see a lot of companies go through this virtue signaling ad campaign nowadays, and then I'm not saying Porsche has done this, but then you see their CEOs do some shit like this. This is fucked up. Coming from the perspective of him, he's probably thinking, I'm rich as fuck, I only got a couple years to live, let's go out with a bang.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's exactly what he's thinking.
And she's probably thinking, where am I?
He's about to have a...
That's so mean and fucked up. Babe,
I was going to say some mean shit, but
imagine,
that's too far.
Imagine you started, like, some girl brand of some sort, and, like, it became hella poppin', and then you were, like, hella successful, right? Like, you were, like, the crazy millionaire breadwinner, and we were, like, 70, we were in our 70s, and then, like, I get dementia, and I just, like, I can't ever remember your name or anything like that, and I'm just, like, sitting in a corner.
I'm with you by your side till... What the fuck?
And
That is so heartbreaking. How do you not be...
No, and you're just fine. You're completely fine. You're, like, you're healthy. You're chilling. Your brain's perfect. And I'm just sitting in the corner hitting my head against the wall.
That's fucked up. Fuck no. Nope.
And then some other, like, handsome 75-year-old man comes up to you.
He's a slime ball.
And he tells you, like, hey, man, I'm sorry about
Why are you even saying
sorry
this?
about your husband.
Okay, I get the point.
Yeah.
No, that's fucking gross.
What an asshole. And here's the thing.
How dare you?
Is karma's a real thing,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, And, like, also, if you have dementia, imagine going through the process of divorce.
He ain't divorcing.
You don't think so?
No.
No, yeah, it says divorcing. He's divorcing his
Oh.
wife after she was diagnosed with dementia and has reportedly moved in with his new,
sick.
and he already moved in with his new girlfriend.
That
Bruh,
is sick.
that is so fucked up.
Jason liked it.
Oh, you know what's funny? It says his new supermodel girlfriend, and apparently she's 59.
Okay.
Like, when I saw this report, I was assuming he's, like, getting with, like, some fucking early 20s, like, model.
He's old.
I know, but it was a lot, like, we've never seen that before.
Yeah, but...
But I thought he was gonna do some shit like that. She's 60.
Okay, whatever.
That's still fucked up. I don't know.
No, he's gross.
Maybe she was evil to him. We don't know. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. I wonder how wealthy the CEO of Porsche is.
Very.
But then also, what's that one YouTube group with the 4 guys, try guys, right, or something like that, where one of them got kicked out for cheating on his wife, right? This man did not cheat on his wife, but we're talking about this, and I'm sure many other outlets have already talked about this, because the fact that it's trickled down to us, it must be big news here. I wonder if Porsche is going to be like, hey, man, it's kind of fucked up how you left your wife for many years just because she got dementia. Like, can they do that or no? He didn't cheat on her, but...
I have no clue.
It's the same thing.
You never know.
I still thought that was kind of weird, like, with him getting fired from that YouTube group. It's like, I obviously don't agree with cheating on your wife, and I would never do that, but, like, I feel like, is that a fireable offense? Your YouTube video has nothing to do. Well, I guess his meme was "I love my wife," but just you just can't say "I love my wife" no more because she's gone. But like, it's like, how are you gonna fire a guy for like doing something on his personal time? But is not like.
Yeah.
But actually, no. I think the real reason is because the person he cheated with was employee of the workplace. I think that's why. But even then,
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy. If it's with somebody who works for them.
Yeah, I think that's because you're not supposed to technically
Yeah.
do that stuff like that. Yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, okay. This piece of news is very interesting. Right before we spark up the next spliff, this is interesting. Afro Man is being sued by sheriff deputies for selling merch. So
Because I got.
what happened here, babe, is basically Afro Man was chilling at home, minding his own business, and then a bunch of cops raid his house, and they basically like come in, start searching the place, and they basically say that he was like trafficking like weed or like some sort of drugs, and it was like some sexual allegations. It was all like crazy made up shit, right? And they didn't find anything because he wasn't doing any. He was just fucking chilling, being a law-abiding citizen, just minding his own business. And he got these because he has all these security footage. He got these screenshots of these police officers who basically destroyed. It says that they destroyed his whole house, and he's super pissed off about it because like it was all false allegation. There's no evidence at all, and they just destroyed his house for no reason, searched his house for no reason. So he made these shirts and sweaters with photos of the police officers from his security cameras, and it's like a meme on them to make them look dumb. And so apparently these officers are super upset about this, and they're suing Afro Man for defamation.
What?
So it's like a fucked up case where like they basically, according to them it is lawfully, but according to him it's like unlawfully, where he's like, I haven't done anything, and there's no evidence to substantiate what you guys did, and you guys just did it regardless. And he's like, bro, you guys did that for no reason, did not apologize, did not pay for it. Like, I'm just gonna make a joke about you guys, and now they're suing him on top of it. So I don't know. It's a weird
That's
situation.
crazy.
It's fucked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could read it. It's such small text, but I was reading it earlier, and it said like more details to the situation as like what happened. But basically, that's what it was. Like, they raided his house. He got super pissed off about it, and now they're suing him for his graphic designs. I feel like this is gonna increase the shirt sales.
Definitely, it's definitely getting attention and hella eyes on it.
Because Afro Man, he doesn't need the money from this shirt or sweater sale. He's probably still
Maybe
chilling
he
from
probably
like.
do.
I
No,
don't know.
he was performing in Brentwood.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's just random.
That's just random.
Nobody performs in Brentwood.
I feel like his old catalog might. People are still.
Two songs.
Okay, you're right, but I don't know. I'm assuming that he's still sitting on a huge wealth stash, or at least incoming money from his past music and all that stuff. I don't think he necessarily has to do this. I'm like, this is not going to make or break him. What is what I'm saying. But for people,
I'm probably ignorant to this.
for people that have like for the customers, if you're able to support something that's a fuck you to the police, people usually do it.
Yeah.
Buy a sticker that says like fuck pigs.
Fuck pigs.
People will buy it. So I feel like
That's wild though.
this one. I feel like I want to buy a sweater, a t-shirt now too.
You should.
Speaking
Support him.
of buying sweater, a t-shirt, I am so bummed I missed the Ass Pizza pop-up
I know you
today.
are.
Guys, you don't understand. I really wanted to go, and also I saw someone in the chat earlier when I just started the stream. They said like, Yuriy needs to explain himself for missing 3 IRL streams this week. Monday,
The magic stream.
I promised a magic stream. I didn't know that I had to do the No Jumper News because sometimes I really don't get notified until either the day of or like the day before, like late at night or early in the morning, and I really did not know. Maybe I just forgot, or I got notified later. I forgot, but I forgot I had to do the new stream. I woke up, did the new stream immediately after, did back on Fig, and then what I do after back on Fig, and then went to Pollard's house. Then I went home. Tuesday, what did I do Tuesday?
Let you tell it.
Oh yeah, then Tuesday we did episode 1 of Let You Tell It on Biggest Bros Entertainment, because that's the new Tuesday thing we're starting. Also, by the way, guys, this upcoming Tuesday. Oh wait, hold on. Let me let me put this away. This upcoming Tuesday, in 2 days, guys, Blasi, Housephone, Podlord, and we will be entering an escape room, which I'm really excited about, because I recently did one with shout out to Brian Arnett and Ricky for joining me. I did one with Brian Arnett and Ricky, and it was like really interesting, to put your heads together to solve these puzzles. You know what I mean? Pause. Yeah, not like that, but it's like, I don't know. It's like interesting. It's like we're so used to doing stuff over phones and and monitors and all that stuff, and it's like interesting to be in an interactive room where you have to figure out shit like manually like that. So
yeah, it'll be funny with you guys.
Exactly. What I'm worried about is Housephone just being on his phone the whole time and like just being like, bro, I don't know, like and just like going straight to his phone. I feel like Podlord will be into it, but like he's probably gonna have to sneak his beers in, or something like that. He's probably being a Camelback with full of Corona. And then also Blasi, I feel like Blasi is going to be limited by his drip, because the last time we did this, last time I did the escape room, at one point we had to like get on our knees and crawl and stuff like that. And if
Tell them before.
And if Blasi has leather pants and sky high boots on, like
say wear comfortable gear.
Like how is he gonna? Yeah, exactly. So I need to tell him like, yeah, wear comfortable, maneuverable gear, and then also I should ask Housephone like, bro, for an hour, let's focus on these tasks. Because the last time we did it, we solved all the tasks 5 minutes over the time. So she let us go over the time, but we solved it like 5 minutes over. So I would like to see if we could solve it before. And we could show how clever the reconnected cast is.
See it. I'm excited.
And also like
hopefully you could test your live view.
Yes, that's honestly what I'm really, really hoping for. I'm really hoping that I can get I'm supposed to receive these 2 modems for the live view. I'm hoping that they come by Monday or Tuesday, so that we can do this stream using the live view. Regardless, I've already done a stream there, so I can use my phone. But it would be so cool to use the live view, so we can actually test it out and all that stuff. Bro, yeah, I'm so excited for this shit.
I know you are. I'm excited for you.
And honestly,
it's
Riley,
gonna be a game changer.
It really is.
I know.
Oh, really?
I know,
bro.
I know.
And also, I was like I said, huge shout to Garrett Jenner and Ice beside him. But I was talking to Ice, and I was asking him. I was like, because he asked me, he's like, "What's your, like, what do you want to do with the live view?" And I told him, I was like, the whole reason, one of the main reasons why I'm trying to get this started is because we've done so many guys, like we've done so many 24, 48, 72 hour streams, dollar minute streams. And like the one thing that's a repetitive thing that happens here is as soon as I start a stream, like I'm stuck inside the room. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because, we can get creative and do all types of stuff. But like after you spend 3 days, in the same area, like, and also like we've been in this apartment for 2 years now, like, and we'll talk about that too. But like we've been in this apartment for 2 years now. I feel like it gets a little bit repetitive. And like it is nice where if we are doing a long stream, imagine like I wake up in the morning, I say hi to the chat, and you guys are like, hey, Ass Pizza event, today at 3 p.m. you should go. And I'm like, all right, perfect. Let's turn on the live view and head over. So that was Ice is asking me like, what are your goals with this whole thing? And I told him that was my goal, is I want to do, a dollar a minute stream, or like, a member stream of some sort where it can go on endlessly. And then also if I need to go somewhere, I could just take it with me,
right.
And then also now that, one of the reasons why, like when we did the 5-day stream, that was like a dollar minute stream. One of the reasons why I ended it is because like I didn't want to leak any addresses and all that stuff. And now I feel like, I could just be very incredibly careful with it. And then also, where I'm going is like, that's the only thing being filmed is our reconnected shit. It's like, it's fine for me to live stream there. So I feel like now, once I get this thing working, once we start a dollar minute stream, like it can go forever. How are you going to feel about that?
I don't know.
It's going to be a thing where like
I'm just gonna have to accept it.
Yeah,
that's what you want to do.
It's going to be a thing where like but what do we do if it's like real, like I don't know how long it can go, but like what if it is a couple weeks long? Do we sleep separately for a couple of weeks, or at a certain point are we just going to sleep together on stream and we just don't, we might have to turn off the TTS at night.
I don't know. Well, We'll talk about that when we get there.
I feel like that'd be interesting. But also on the conversation over like us being in this apartment for 2 years, and it feels like 3 years for some reason. But
It's been a long time.
we've been together for 3 years, so that doesn't even make sense. But yeah, we've been here for 2 years almost now. Guys, we're basically set on leaving. We don't want to be here anymore.
Just over it. I need a new vibe.
Yeah, not even just I need a new vibe, because that sounds so pretentious and like, oh, like we could just,
No.
no, it's like, guys,
Not like that. I want
This-
a smaller place, to be honest.
I saw that as well, where people are like, because I talked about downsizing a while ago, and people are like, oh, Yuri's broke now, all that stuff, he has to downsize. No, we actually have a really good deal on this place, so it's very, very affordable. But number two is yeah, we have a very good deal on this place, so it's like I would honestly, personally, I would want to stay here for longer if we were not dealing with multiple issues, which is number one, this place is just falling apart, dude. It's so cheaply built, and like I've talked about this so many times, in LA you're either going to get a good price with many issues, an old apartment, or you're going to get an expensive price with a new apartment and everything's fixed quickly and everything works fine.
Yeah.
And like we're in one of those places where, like I said, we have a really good deal on this spot, but everything's fucking falling apart, dude. My whole doorway is like hanging on by a strand. Our kitchen floor, not kitchen floor, our living room floor is all wrinkled because our living room ceiling had a hole in it dripping water for too long.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. over here.
This other piece from the kitchen is like all like just popped up today. This is Beans, but Beans chewed apart all the fucking molding in the kitchen. You just
No deposit bag.
completely chewed it apart. There's so many things. Like also our kitchen sink has been broken since the day we moved in. They still have never fixed it. Our bottom lock on our door, like I can keep going, bro. Our bottom lock on our door doesn't work.
Yeah, we just need.
There's like so many things that I could just continue
Something
going.
else.
And it's just like, bro, like, yeah, actually, one of the main components, or one of the main reasons why we've really made the decision to leave here is we, like, we clean our own spot and shit, and bro, like, this place takes too long to clean. That's the main component, is it takes too long to clean, bro. I feel like that's for me. And also, the money saving aspect is nice, because now with the
Yeah,
live
that's
view,
mostly
now
for
with the $500 a month that I will be spending on live view potentially, it would be nice to save some extra money. But it's the bro, like I'm telling you guys, like people think I'm some filthy animal here who never showers and doesn't clean or brush his teeth, but I really like keeping a clean spot, and it's damn near impossible here.
It really is.
Like, and we always talk about how when we lived at our old spot, we would be like, hey, like, let's clean the house, and like we'd be done in 3 hours.
It was always perfect.
It would be done so quickly, and everything would be clean. We'd be like, all right, for sure, we're done. Like, let's do this now. But now it's like, hey, let's clean the house, and it takes 2 days. Like, no cap.
It's all like hardwood floor, pretty much. It's all hardwood floor throughout the house. So it's like you have to you have to sweep, and then you have to, like, it's just hella.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a lot of square footage in here.
Exactly. And then also it's like, I've heard, Blasey and House Phone
crazy.
were talking about how like they have people come clean their house and stuff like that, right? And I've heard before that's not even too expensive to do shit like that, but I always think when I'm cleaning my studio here, like, bro, I have to move so much like things and equipment around, like, and all these tiny little things. I'm like, am I really gonna have someone they're gonna have to know my room just as well as I do to clean it, and I feel kind of weird about that. I'm like,
Now I know why my mom made us all clean. So she didn't have to do it. We all had chores, and there was hella of us.
well, you guys are making the messes too.
Yeah, but our house was always spotless.
That is the clutch part of having kids. Is you're just
Literally.
like, hey, guess what?
That's why it was always clean in our house, because at the end of the day, we always had to clean up after ourselves.
That's what's cool about being a parent. I mean, I'm not a parent obviously, but you could really just be like,
You have
your
own
kids could have
days.
done nothing wrong, and you could just remember like a week ago he spilt Cheerios in my back seat, and be like, hey, because you remember the Cheerios? Yeah, clean the house.
You're so crazy.
I'm crazy. Okay, should we get into this? Riley and I got into not an argument, like a debate, where I was talking about how if let's say the age was 10, because we were going.
No, you first
I
said 5.
But when I was thinking,
you first said
but when
5.
I didn't realize that a 5-year-old is so. I thought like a 5-year-old is like a 10-year-old. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what you think.
okay. I would not do that to a 5-year-old, but let's say 10-year-old, right? I was saying that
10-year-old wouldn't do this.
Okay, what age of kids draw on walls?
Like 4 to. It's like 2 to 5.
Okay, a 5-year-old. All I told Riley was if we had a kid and they were repeatedly drawing on the walls.
No, you said if my kid drew on the wall.
No. Okay, I didn't add this part, but like I'm telling you, like if it happened once, to be like, no, don't do that, right? But if they kept doing it, if it was like the third, fourth time catching him, I'm telling my kid like, hey, go to your room and like you get no fun basically for like 5 hours.
A 5-year-old.
And Riley was like, 5 hours
for a 5-year-old? You're
and I was
crazy.
like, yeah. I was like, that's how they'll learn the lesson. That like they'll think like, do I want to be bored for 5 hours with no fun?
5
or do
hours
I want
for
to
a
draw on this?
5-year-old is wild.
Or do I want to draw on this wall?
Like, that's kindergarten.
I don't know how tall or
that's not even kindergarten.
I don't know how
sometimes.
big a 5-year-old is. Okay, let's say 10-year-old. I would send a 10-year-old to
10-year-old's not gonna draw on the wall.
If they
you
did.
better not draw on the fucking wall at 10.
Can we send them to the room for 5 hours?
That they're never gonna do that.
But if they did, 5 hours.
5 hours is.
You see,
still,
even at
5 hours is crazy.
even at 10, 5 hours is too long. I would be sent to my room for like the day.
5 hours is just a
Oh
long
my
time.
god, bro.
When they're little and they have nothing.
I remember being, and they have nothing.
They're gonna have to read a book.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
What's wrong with that?
That's fine.
Okay,
5 hours
for 5
is
hours.
crazy.
5 hours.
You're gonna be the mean dad.
No, I'm
parent.
not. You see, like Riley thinks I'm some crazy dictator. Like dad.
You are.
No,
You are.
Oh my god.
Scary.
I think that kids
I'm not
get too much
saying they.
leniency.
Fuck no. My mom was not lenient. That's why we're all really well behaved, and we always have been. But
honestly, I don't know. It's just a difficult thing because my parents were hella strict on me, and I was
my mom did hit us though.
I was like
Not, like,
secretly
punch us,
popping
but, like-
ecstasy in my room and shit. So
You're crazy.
that's the thing with that. Wait, should we talk about this?
Stop, babe. Stop.
You don't even know what I'm gonna say.
I know what you're gonna say.
What am I gonna say?
Dude, stop.
What? You don't even know. You don't even know. You just like to say stop. Don't say it.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Happy birthday
I know what you're
or
gonna
late
say.
birthday to my friend Luca. Huge
Yeah,
happy
don't
birthday
say it.
and shout out to Local Forever.
But yes, happy birthday, Luca. Don't say it.
We had a good time at his birthday party. But basically all I want to say is some allegations thrown around.
Oh my
it's not
God.
true.
Definitely not true. You could clearly see it was another person's arm in that shot, and I was just chilling there. I would never fucking do that. If you know me, you know me. The allegations aren't true.
There you go. But happy birthday to Luca. That's all I wanted to say. I just thought it was funny because it's like, for anyone that really knows you knows that's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
I could never see that happening.
Fuck no.
I couldn't.
I
yeah.
feel like a crackhead.
Not even if I told you like, if you really love me, you do this. Like you would not do it ever.
Fuck no. If you really loved me, you'd do this.
Fuck no. That about wraps up. Do you have anything else written down on your thing?
No.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Can I see?
Stop.
Yeah, you do.
Stop.
You're a liar.
Dude.
I want to.
Yuri, you're so annoying.
Why do you call me Yuri when you're
Stop,
mad at me?
Because you're annoying.
You literally have one last topic. Let me bring it up.
Stop.
Oh, why are you getting
Because
mad?
you're annoying.
Why are you getting so mad?
Because you, like, why?
Why not? This is half our
I
show.
hate when you do that.
This is
You
half.
always, like, ask and then you just say, no, let's do this.
This is half our show every Sunday.
It's so annoying.
Stop! No! Why would you do that? God damn it! Whatever.
Dude, you just stop. I just want to wrap it up.
That's why exactly. All right.
Babe.
Well, stop. All right, guys. like always, we're going to do the after show immediately after this, literally in like 5 to 10 minutes, probably like around 10 minutes. We're going to wrap up this episode of 10 Talks, episode 110. Huge shout out and thank you to every single person watching this live. Bro, we have 685 people in here right now. And I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to all the fucking people who always come through to watch 10 Talks. And I appreciate you guys so much. And this is something I've been telling Riley since the beginning of 10 Talks, ever since we started it, is people enjoy it for some reason. They like us. I don't know. It's like
they love you.
No.
Yeah.
No. How, bro? Guys, if Riley wasn't here, we would have 20 people in here.
That's not true.
Oh my god. Okay, but either way, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to every single person who watches this and watches all the streams. Appreciate you guys so much. If you guys can, drop a like, drop a comment, saying anything you want, and subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed yet. Be prepared this month for sure. I already paid for all this stupid shit. But hopefully this week we will be streaming using a live view. And I swear to God, my first live view stream, I'm going crazy. I'm
sure
ripping my pants off.
I'm sure you will.
I'm gonna bite an apple off a random tree. I don't know. I'm gonna do something insane. Dude, I want to make my first live view IRL because it's a legendary moment. This is something that I have wanted for such a long time. You don't seem very excited.
I'm excited for you.
No, you seem like, I'm gonna get mad about something on stream.
Why are you being annoying,
Oh
dude?
my god. Okay.
Oh my god.
Either way, shout out to everyone.